Belinda Briggs, Yorta Yorta, Wamba Wamba, Nyampa, Wurundjeri, General Member for the North East Region.
I've gone over this a million times. Good afternoon all. I too would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, their relationships, knowledge and practices, the country, waterways and lands, and their inherent rights through their creator spirits, ancestors, elders and families, past and present. I acknowledge my own connections here through my father, Paul Briggs, my grandfather, Les, my great-grandfather, Alec, who I share with several cousins here. And whose story is held in the ground here. Quite literally, actually, across the road at the Windsor, but that's a story for another time, and at Corrandirk. I extend that respect to family here today, including my father, Paul Briggs, my eldest son, Moroka, and my brother Adam, and to Assembly members and to their families and all who may be watching from home. A special shout out to my partner Brad, who is watching from home, and happy birthday for today. I hope Naren at least got you some toasted muffins this morning. Ngata, Belinda Briggs. Niganya Dangala Kailawaka, Niniemba Nayoti Oto Wamba Wamba, Wurundjeri Nyampa. My home is the Goulburn Murray River country. My ancestors are Yorta Yorta, Wamba Wamba, Wurundjeri and Wongabon of Nyampa. Before I continue, I want to thank all those who placed their trust in me to represent them. It is an honour to continue representing our North East region and to work alongside you all as we shape our future through treaty. When I stood here in 2023 to deliver my inaugural speech, I spoke to the rich tapestry of relationships that connect us across families, communities, and country. Those relationships continue to guide us and hold us. They remind us who we are, where we come from, and what responsibilities we carry between us. In my lifetime, I have witnessed extraordinary acts of courage, leadership and love by our people. I learnt about responsibility around kitchen tables, much like everybody else here, beside rivers, in community halls, footy grounds, netball courts and around campfires. Those lessons taught me who I am, where I belong, and my responsibility to others. It is from that inheritance that I approach treaty. Victoria, we have a treaty. A foundation has been laid, and with it comes a shared responsibility for what happens next. To my families and communities, this treaty is not perfect, but it gives us something we have not had before. A way to organise ourselves, strengthen our communities, make decisions, and take up our responsibilities with greater authority and support. For generations, our people have been fighting, leading, caring, creating and advocating for our families and communities. Too often, the responsibilities our people carry have not been matched by the resources, recognition or decision-making power needed to fulfil them. Treaty gives us an opportunity to begin changing that. This is not only about where we have come from, it is about what becomes possible when our aspirations, responsibilities and capacity to act are brought closer together. When I think about this moment, I think about time. My father was born in 1954. My grandfather Les was born 1896. His mother, Nan Minnie, born in 1870. Her father, my grandfather Aaron, 1854. He was a signatory to the Maloga petition in the 1870s, which was asking for our rights back then. And his mother, Nan Kitty, born about 1829. The distance between invasion and this moment is not as great as some might imagine. And if we keep walking backwards, we find our old people, our ancestors, our knowledge systems and responsibilities that existed long before invasion and continue today. Here I stand today, speaking my language, standing in my identity, honouring the work and achievements of our communities. I think about Rumballara Football Netball Club, which celebrates 30 years this year. It was created because our people wanted and needed a place to which we could collectively belong, a place where we could gather, compete, celebrate and express who we are. It took 15 years before we were accepted into a mainstream league. For 15 years, even when the tide pushed against us, we stayed the course. We did not leave our identity at the gates. Uncle Clive Atkinson designed our club logo and colours proudly worn by generations of people. They represent identity, connection and belonging. They represent our right to exist, to be seen, to be heard and to belong. It's inspired by our flag. They speak of sky and water, people, sun and earth. They speak to values that many people understand. Identity, belonging, connection, and care for the places that sustain us. For me, the story of Rumballara reminds us to find ways of walking forward together while remaining true to who we are. The legendary feats of the Cummeragunja football teams, who became known as the Invincibles for good reason, their praises and prowess sung in our homes, continue to inspire us. Soon we will commemorate 130 years since their first premiership in 1898. That is what inspires and gives me hope for the work ahead. The next 4 years will ask us to continue building relationships, strengthening communities and taking up the opportunities before us. I look forward to continuing that work with courage, humility and hope. Let's go. Gellung Warl.